So what do you get when you put together two very popular game elements together? Well, you get cards versus dice, because you got cards and then you have dice. Call me crazy. I think this is a lot of fun. I think this game is a lot of fun. I've played it a lot, and it's just one of these casual 2 to 4 player games. You just roll some dice. You got a little tiny bit to think about here, but it's just fun. It's just fun. The instructions come on this card here. That's it. Gee, Alex, that doesn't look like much. No, it's not that much. This is it. And that's what it says right there. 2 of the world's oldest game elements finally come together in a simple and in perfect harmony. Cards versus dice. So how do you play this? Well, you're gonna get in this little box here, a bunch of these lucky cards. Okay, there's 2 ways to win. You got the lucky cards, and then you got all these number cards, right? And what you're gonna do in the beginning of the game, let's say you're playing a 2-player game, you're gonna split this into all these cards here to both players. If you're playing a 3-player game, you split all these cards between 3 players or 4 players, okay? So you're gonna get a set of numbers. And then on your turn, you're gonna kapow! You're gonna roll the dice. So you got a 6 here. Now, if you take a 5, let's say, because you'll have a number of cards in front of you, right? A number of these number cards in front of you. If you take out a card that has a 5 on it, right there, and you take a card that has a 1 on it, in this case, right there, then you get to collect a lucky card, okay? If you collect 7 lucky cards, you win the game, all right? If you get rid of all your cards, you win the game. But let's say you rolled a 6, and let's say you don't have a 5. Well, you can add up a 6 however you want. You can get rid of 1 6. You're not going to get a lucky card for that. You only get a lucky card if you get rid of a 5 card and a 1 card in this example. Kapow! If you roll this, you'll get a lucky card if you get rid of a 4 card and a 3 card, right? But you can, if you don't have a 4, this is 7, so you get rid of a 6 and a 1, okay? You get rid of your cards. You don't get a lucky card if you do that, but you do get rid of your cards, okay? And if you get rid of all your cards, or if you get 7 lucky cards, okay, you win the game. So it's like a race, right? It's kind of fun. Now, let's say you roll kapow, an 8, a 6, and a 2, and you just, maybe you only have these 2 cards left. That's an 8. You can't add up an 8 here. So what you do is you pass, and you take all the cards that are on the discard pile. Okay, because as you play, the cards are going to go in a discard pile. If you don't have an 8 to play, okay, and it doesn't count, you have to use both dice. You can't just use one. You can't just say, I'll get rid of my 6 with it. No, this is an 8, okay? And if you have these 2 cards left, you have to pass and take all the cards that are in the discard pile. Now, the advantage of doing that, of taking all the cards in the discard pile, is that now, maybe you've collected 5 lucky cards, and now you got a bunch of cards. You roll again, and there are better chances of you getting rid of these cards, collecting another couple of lucky cards. And like I said earlier, if you collect 7 lucky cards, you win the game. If you get rid of all your cards, you win the game. Cards versus dice. I've played this a lot. It's casual, fun, beer and pretzel, whiskey and peanuts kind of game. You get together with your friends, 2 to 4 players. Fun, good stuff. I enjoy it. Go check it out. Cards versus dice.